So what is up, guys? Welcome back to Madrid 360, and trust me, there can't be a better ending to a weekend than what happened against our latest match against Celta Vigo. I mean, obviously I have a few reasons to say that this match has to be our best match played in this season, and we'll also talk about some formations, tactics, and lastly the current controversy that is going on between Hazard and Vinicius. So let's just get to the video and see that which are the reasons that make this match as one of our greatest matches or the best matches played this season. So first, it has to be that the match was at the Santiago Bernabeu, our theater of dreams. I mean, more than a year of waiting and we get back to the stadium. It was still unfinished, but it's a very beautiful stadium to see, and finally we got rid of Valdebebas. So yes, this stadium has to be our best moment in this season. 7-goal thriller, Benzema hat-trick, an outrageous Vinicius performance, and lastly a dream debut for our new boy or our French sensation Camavinga. Adding to it that it was at the Santiago Bernabeu, our first match at that stadium after more than a year of waiting, so it's just a different feeling. Like, the fans were still less than a half, but the chants were pretty clear and they were excited, they were enthusiastic, and that is exactly what a team wants if you are down like 1-2 in the first half. And talking about the lineup selected by Celta Vigo, I mean, that's something that I already covered in my preview video, that they like a 4-1-3-2 kind of formation, which is not exactly a diamond formation, as the midfielders are really wide, they play as a wing back or a full back. So yes, the formation has its own benefit and disadvantages as well. You get a great two-striker combination up front with the pace of Santimina and Iago Aspas. I mean, yes, you can do wonderful things, and it was pretty clear in their counter-attack, the successful counter-attack that led to goals. But on the other side, yes, the disadvantages are there. You can easily get outplayed in the midfield. There can be more chances created by the opposition, which can lead to more number of goals, which is exactly what happened in the second half. And on the other side, there is Real Madrid. So it's pretty hard to tell which exact formation Ancelotti put up. I mean, I can easily see a 4-3-3 formation on paper. That is Courtois with Militao and Nacho in the centre back. Then full backs we have Mikel, great performance by him, and Carvajal, another great performer of our day. And in the midfield we have Valverde, Casemiro and Luka Modric, aging like a fine wine. And in the attack we have Benzema, Vinicius and Hazard. So the tricky part here is Hazard never really played on the right hand side. I mean, it was clear that Vinicius will play on the left hand side with Benzema up front, but it was not clear what exact position Hazard will play. So when the match started, it was pretty clear that Ancelotti has given him a free role. He can move wherever he wants. At times he'll be behind Benzema, at times he'll be behind Vinicius. So he was given the free role and he did pretty well. And he played as an attacking midfielder at times, as second striker, that a false 9 sort of a player. Valverde majorly played on the right hand side, and on the other side we have Luka Modric, who also was attacking, and Casemiro was also attacking. So the first half was really the that sort of thing that you have all the freedom, you can do whatever you want. It was clearly visible how the players were moving very freely. That has its own advantages and disadvantages. So the advantage was that we were able to create a lot of chances, and we also scored a goal. But on the other side there were a lot of gaps in between, some misjudgment from the defenders, and that led to the 2 goals scored by Celta Vigo. I mean, both the goals were scored by Celta Vigo through our mistakes. In first goal, it was Mikel who misplaced the pass, and in the second goal, Hazard never really tracked back when he was playing at the left hand side. Then Mikel was also up front, so he was never really able to cover up, and there was a lot of gap in between for the opposition to counter attack. And they have a bunch of creative players who can make that sort of counter successful. They have speedy players and they have good passers in the ball. Denis Suarez, you have Iago Aspas, you have Santimina, who's a good finisher. So I'm sure our defenders are really going through a tough phase right now, because there's a lot of goals we have been conceiving these days. But this ideology is certain that Ancelotti wants more goals than we conceive. It's okay if we conceive like 1 goal or 2. I also said in my preview that it's not bad that we conceive a goal or 2, but it sometimes takes the motivation down of certain players, that is our defender, or it can be our goalkeeper also. And on the other side we have a lot number of goals. So Yeah, it's very hard to say whether the tactics actually applied are good or bad, but as far as we are winning, I really don't care what's happening. If we conceive a goal or two, and on the other side we score like 4 or 5 goals, I mean it's more than enough. We'll have a positive goal difference throughout. So yeah, that is basically my point on what Ancelotti is trying to apply. Although in the second half it was all Real Madrid, I think Ancelotti really told the players that what they had to do. I mean, you can attack, but you have to come back in time to cover up the other players so that we do not conceive another goal. And that is exactly what Real Madrid did in the second half. They were very disciplined in terms of defending, and the attack they were as good as ever. I mean, you see the link-up play between Benzema, Hazard, and Vinicius was just wonderful. The pace of Vinicius was a nightmare for their defenders, and he was just running by the players and making their job very hard to do. But the only thing that kept him from being a starter was his final decision making, and that has been criticized for like 2 years now. So I really know what is happening to him, and it's very good to see that he's coming up after all that criticism he gets every time. So yeah, it's really hard on him sometimes considering his age, but when you play for Real Madrid, everybody expects that you will succeed at this club. But it's not the same for every other player. We need to give players some time. I mean, Vinicius is doing wonder. I hope he continues the way he has started. He's already scored like 4 goals now, having the best time of his career. And on the other side we have Eden Hazard. Now you were criticizing Vinicius for like 2 years, and that's the same case with Hazard. I see that he's improving. I see he's coming back to his fitness. I see that he's getting his pace back. He likes to run around defenders now. I saw 2 to 3 very good runs from Hazard, and that was the result. He was very brutally fouled at times, but you need to give time. He's just coming up after an injury. So even if you praise one player like Vinicius, you do not criticize other, right? Yeah, I mean, you were criticizing Vinicius like a few months ago, and now it's Vini fans all over. So that is the thing we have to do. We have to give players some sort of time, and considering Hazard, his age and his injury problems, they are just worst right now. So just give him the time. He's getting back to his full fitness, and they are both starting in one starting 11. That means they offer something different from each other. That is why Ancelotti is using them. Hazard is more of a creator who likes to link the midfield with the attack, who like to start the counter and sometimes even finish it, whereas Vinicius is a sort of a direct, proper, prolific winger. He'll either cut in and try to score goal or drift in to cross the ball inside the box. And I know Vinicius is better defensively than Hazard. Considering the age and the pace that Vinicius has, it's okay for him to sometimes track back and do all the defending and all, but it's not the case with Hazard. He's just recovering. So that is the thing that I wanted to address. So just give him some time, Hazard, to recover. He's getting back to his full fitness. I see he's getting his pace back. He was running around in the last match. He was confident in getting the players one-on-one. So yeah, he's doing all good, but we need to support him this time. And obviously if you are seeing Vinicius, he's doing really well. And then on the other side, it's Karim Benzema, who is as good as ever. Like, every player wants to play with him. He's just so good. He's the most unselfish player I've seen in football. He likes to link up with young players. He likes to play with them around. He likes to communicate with them. Yes, there was this controversy about Benzema and Vinicius some time back, but now it's all good and they are going really well. I hope this attack continues. And regarding the defense, if you see in the second half, they were really disciplined. So I really don't think there's anything to change, rather than explaining some players that what they actually need to do. Yes, you have the freedom and all, but at the same time you need to come back at time to cover the players, so we do not conceive in large numbers. 1 goal, 2 goals is okay, but you are scoring like 5 or 6 goals. That's more than enough to keep a positive goal difference. So yeah, by that I'd like to conclude the video and stop the hate. I really don't like seeing that every day I open some social media and there's this comparison going on, and it's with the same players. It's with the players that play for the same team. So it's very bad to see, and hope you got worth for your time. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one. UCL is coming, so yeah, a preview is coming very soon. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.